Minds, Money, Marketing.
Built for the entrepreneur.
Hello guys. It's awesome today to have our first ever podcast show of Minds, Money, Marketing, and it's a privilege for me to introduce Nicolas from Nicolas Media and Marketing, and you're going to see his face a lot more often, and it's really a privilege. He's 19 years old and he has his own business of marketing and production and everything. He's a guy that is really busy, and it's exciting to have him here today. Nicolas, thank you for being here, and it's gonna be our first ever episode, and tell us a bit more about yourself.
So I started my business when I was 15. I bought a drone and I just fell in love with marketing and media and stuff like that. And how I met Brendan, he actually put an ad on Facebook Marketplace asking for an editor, and we met, and he was speaking about a podcast, and I was like, okay, sure, that's actually a good idea. So that's why Brendan and I are sitting here hosting this podcast together, and I'm looking forward to doing more content with Brendan.
It's going to be awesome. We're super excited for this podcast. Our vision is to have a bunch of big entrepreneurs on our podcast, getting them on here. With Nicolas, we're going to ask them some questions. We're going to teach a lot of young people how to do proper peer business, and that's what me and Nicolas spoke, and we said there's a lot of podcasts out there that has a lot of content of people trading and all of this type of things, but there's not a lot of podcasts out there telling people peer business, getting onto it, getting started and just doing it. So that's our goal, and we're gonna get a lot of people on here. We're excited, and so we thought we're gonna just take this episode to ask each other a few questions on how the business started, and there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of businesses, and we see a lot of businesses that opened recently, but they struggle to keep the doors open, and they struggle with marketing. So we feel our services is definitely going to help them, and it's exciting to have you. What is your thoughts about this business, and what you're going to do for local businesses in and around Mosselbay?
Well, I think it's a good initiative, first of all, to help starting businesses to grow their services and grow their target market and customer base. And like a lot of people say, because Mosselbay is so small, there's no opportunity, there's no business here, and say, no, that won't work here, but they haven't found a way to make it work here.
100%.
So, hopefully Brendan and I make people realize why it is going to work in Mosselbay, even though it's a small town, it's a smaller economy than a city. What's your thoughts on Minds?
100%. You hit it on the nail on the head. And I wanted to also say, excuse our English. We're both Afrikaans, so bear with us. We're trying to get everyone involved. We don't want people to say later then, but it's only for Afrikaans people. It's only for English people.
For everybody. Minds.Money Marketing is for everybody.
100%. So we want everybody involved, older people, younger people, and especially we want to show the young people that it is possible in this town. Mosselbay, it has a stigma around them that it's only for old people, and it is true to an extent, because only
there's a lot of old people.
So a lot of old people, they say it's our taste and what. But we want to show people, we want to bring in that energy. We want people. So I always say energy never lies. So if we can bring that energy into the things and show young people that there's an opportunity here. The older people can only be in the game for so long. There must be young people that's coming up.
Yeah, exactly. And the nice thing about today's economy, today's world, there's so much young entrepreneurs making something out of their lives. Like Brendan and I, we're both young. Brendan's a bit older than me. Not saying you're old, but you're a bit older than me. And it's just nice to motivate people that have the same mindset as us to keep on going, because sometimes I think of giving up, but there's this ambition that keeps on burning for more. I want to achieve more in my life. And I feel there's a lot of other young entrepreneurs that have the same mindset, but they might not have the capital, they might not have the motivation, or even the ideas. So every great business starts with one good idea.
100%.
Backed by initiative and a whole lot of other things, but it starts with one idea.
100%. That was great wisdom. And also, and I feel when you get all these things together, people lack a mentor, somebody that has done it, and that's what we're gonna try and do, or try and implicate for the people that look. There's another few young entrepreneurs doing it. So I'm not the only one. A lot of times you feel like you're the only one, but they're gonna use this, and we're gonna get. If you're a young entrepreneur, we're gonna get you, brother. We're gonna get you. So it's exciting times. There's a gap for the younger people.
Definitely, because people see opportunity in younger people.
Yes.
So like you said, you didn't say it on camera, but you mentioned young people think the older generation or like investors won't take them seriously because they're young. But I've gotten jobs and opportunities because of the fact that I was young. People saw something 100%. In me. They wanted me to achieve more. So never use that as a constraint to not try. People see opportunity in young people.
That's perfect. Wow. Yeah, people do see opportunity in young people, and people want that energy, And it opens up, especially with older people, it opens up a whole new market for them if they can get young people to come into their business, because they know what to say, how to target them, and everything like that. So don't always think that your age is something that's restraining you from getting business. Your age is actually the one thing that's a big advantage, a massive advantage for you to get business, to get all the people to recognize you. Just make sure that your energy levels is high, and make sure that if you say you're going to do something, do it, So and that is what we're going to do with this business. Me and Nicolas, we're going to take action, and we're going to promote this town, boys. So if you didn't know about Mosselbay, and you didn't know what's going on in Mosselbay, keep an eye out, because we're going to start in one corner, and we're going to finish at the other corner, and everybody will want to get their hands on us. I'm telling you, we're going to be the people for the people. So even small businesses, big businesses, so small businesses, people that we want to actually encourage people. A lot of people think marketing is expensive, and it takes a lot of expertise, and it takes a lot of knowledge, and like this guy has been since 12, 13, he's been handling cameras and drones, something that I haven't done, so he's teaching me, and so on. We can teach each other, so I'm excited. Teach us a bit more, tell us a bit more about how the cameras and all that things plays a role in the quality and all that type of things.
Okay. Well, it's a digital world. I think we all know that, and like good camera expertise, you don't even need a camera to shoot content. Your phone is more than enough. That camera, there's a phone. So but using the camera correctly is big, and like with social media, there's all these algorithms that make something work.
Yes.
So if you're not following the latest algorithm, your stuff isn't going to blow up. Even if you're using a cinema line camera, it's not going to work if you're not following the right algorithm. And I know a bunch of videographers that actually have really good content, but they're not using the correct algorithm.
Yes.
And if you're not following that, nothing's going to blow up, no matter how big or how expensive your cameras is. And marketing wise, it's really important also to have good content, because good content blows up. If you're not getting like 1,000 likes or 10,000 likes on your post, it's not necessarily because the post wasn't trendy. It was just bad content. Like good content does blow up.
Yes.
And people fail to notice that. And it's just like something that I've been noticing this year, especially when I started focusing more on social media management. And that's just like with plenty of businesses, I noticed they all lack the same thing. There's content, but the content isn't following algorithms, or it's just bad content.
Yes.
And that's what I hopefully want to help businesses with, is create good content for their pages. Because just like I want to promote my own services, I want to promote their services as well, obviously for a fee, because that's how I make money.
Yes.
But I like seeing my clients succeed. I like seeing
100%.
people succeed, like make more income, get more clients. So that's my opinion. What was the first moment you realized you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so the first moment I realized I wanted to be an entrepreneur wasn't actually when I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I came to Mosselbay. We all know, when I came here, I wasn't, in the best space of mind, and I was actually desperate. I changed my life a bit after a while, but when I came to Mosselbay, I didn't have anything. I didn't know anybody here, and I tried to get a job as I didn't have any income. So I tried to apply for jobs, and I put my CV in, gave it to the pawn shops and whatever, and nobody wanted to give me a job. So I couldn't get a job, and I couldn't get an income. And then I eventually met a guy that had a small business on markets, selling things. And he used to sell salt and pepper grinders and whatnot. And the first day he took me there, and I had a few jobs here and there, odd jobs, and working the whole day, construction or whatever, and you get paid 250 rand for the day.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing, and you're working the whole day, you're giving up all your time, you're doing, painting and stuff like that, and you only get paid 250. And this guy takes me to a market. And we rock up at the market, and he puts out this table, and he starts packing out the salt and pepper grinders. And initially I thought, listen, who the flip is gonna buy this bloody stupid salt and pepper grinders?
Yeah.
It's all these people walking past, and who's gonna buy this shit? And in any case, the first guy walks past, and he tells him about this salt and pepper grinders, and it's stainless steel salt and pepper grinders. When he was finished telling the guy about salt and pepper grinders, I thought they're coming from Mars. He tells him it can't rust. No battery needed. Bro, he hyped that salt and pepper grinders. Yeah, salesman. All in all salesman. And he said, how much is the salt and pepper grinder? He says, no, it's 600 rand per salt and pepper grinder. But today, for you, I'm going to give it to you for 500 rand. And the guy says, he said, but you know what? Because you smile so nice, you look so nice, I'm going to give you 3 of these sets for 1,200 bucks. And the guy looks around and he thinks, I'm going to give his brother one, he's going to give his mom one. Yeah. And he takes out 1,200 rand and he stuck it in the guy's hand and he gives him. Way. And I thought, in that moment, I really knew that, listen, this is what I want to do, it's an easier way of making money. Yeah, there is a much easier way. And since that day, I knew I wanted to sell things to people. I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
That's really
so that's how it started,
No, awesome.
And I picked it up since then.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. That's really cool.
No, thanks. Yeah. So and also you, when did you decide to be an entrepreneur and go into the digital marketing and stuff like that?
Well, that's actually a long story. So when I was in a public primary school, so there weren't really as much rich people, and it was also like a farm town. So people didn't really have that much money. So if you didn't have the nicest bike, no one had the nicest bike. You didn't feel left out.
Yeah.
And when I went to high school, I'm very thankful that I went to a really nice high school. It was a private school in Bedfordview. And I noticed, but all these people have the nicest things, the latest iPhones. I started thinking of ways I can make money. And that was when I was 14 now. And when I was 15, I bought my first drone. And I've always wanted a drone since I was 10 years old. And I bought this really, really cool DJI drone. It was a DJI Mini 2.
Yes. And
I started making montages of places I went. It wasn't the best videos, but yeah, I was getting better.
Yeah.
And my friend's mom's wedding was in November of 2021. And she was like, why don't you come shoot us a video with your drone? I'll give you 1,000 rand. And
yes.
15-year-old me was like, yo, I'm going to take it. And yeah, I did the video. It was okay. It was an okay video. For my expertise at that time, I did okay. And that's what I noticed, but I can actually make money out of this. I can do drone work. And when I came to Mosselbay, I was 17 years old, still had a face full of pimples, low self-confidence.
Yeah.
I was knocking on real estate agencies' doors, going door to door with one photo that I took off my old house with my drone.
Yes.
And I showed them, this is what I can do. Give me one chance to show myself to you. And from there, it's been 2 years now. Yes. I grew a network from scratch.
Amazing.
And I'm much better now.
Yeah,
than I was
you're pro now, bro. So
Yeah, so that's how I started. So it was basically just I wanted more in life. I didn't want to be an employee for the rest of my life. I'd much rather do something I like and make bank.
Yes.
So I feel you can't get wealthy or you can't get rich by being an employee. You can be wealthy, you can drive a Mercedes C-Class, stuff like that, but you won't necessarily get a G-Wagon from an employee's salary, even if you're like a doctor. So by all means, business is going to make you achieve that G-Wagon money.